I accidentally turned the phone off. I thought this was so good, cutting the container confusion. Yes. I could be making these out of recycled garbage. Yes. I told you my want to use up the garbage. Yes. Now, a lot of other nations, when they find out that the whole United States is going to go to war against the United States military, because only those in the military have to follow orders. The rest of us, we can just be in the way. We can do our own terrorism thing. We can keep, you know, I'm big on the whole seed concept. Look at you, happy day. Look at that, Jiffy Carbon like pot. Very few individuals would get excited like I do about the actual pots that are used to plant plants and seeds and different things. Yes, yes, yes. But there are a lot of corporation Dow Chemicals, ooch, Dow AgroSciences. Exactly what way are we going, Dow? See, there's some corporations that bought into the way, didn't they? Yes. Now, look at this. Ball ornamentals. Oh, over 100 years. Nurseries. Yes. I know how attractive that you are to you're attracted. Oh, UV light application and fungicide used in certain crops. I got to thinking about certain lighting sources. In fact, when I was standing there waiting for dinner, yes, I thought somebody decided to turn their electricity on with a large amount of light involved in it. Yes, I tell you, we uh, are there any pot growers that have been using some lighting and then, oops, now this is important, water resource management needs for sustainability? Yes. The governmental accountability form of government. Could you call the GAO? Yes. Hmm. Every employee of the GAO that happens to be in the family that didn't realize they're going to make war against the United States of America. Yes. This water usage, yeah, 1980, 1988. Number of large reservoirs added, yeah, 1916. I'd like to fill those up. Yeah. Could you just, well, sonar them? Let's say you're in the Navy, you got a satellite, one of these special ones you usually use in salt water. I thought somebody was using. Could you get me 20 miles down underneath every reservoir of the United States of America? Lake Tapps. Yes. That big reservoir on Snoqualmie Pass? Yes, yes, yes. Somebody in the family didn't decide that they were going to use reservoirs as their top secret location of manufacturing lookalikes. That happened to be militarized government employees. Now, this is important, okay? Energy costs going through the roof with Solex. Yes, yes. I had redesigned the greenhouse made from recycled garbage. Yes. I wanted to be a competitor in the whole growing a plant industry. Yes, yes. Why don't you tell me why it is that we're not desalinating right now? Now, I know. Boiler systems? Yes. Welded steel? Yeah. I have an HHO boiler system. Yes. I've been wanting to do that. And then there are these, ponds. Look at that. Big ponds. There's, is there some reason that you understand? Well, your whole thought was you just call any person crazy that didn't want to be in your military. Um, as a citizen, this has often been said, a man's castle is his home. Yes, look at that, that's beautiful. There were some of those that when getting back from Vietnam in 1969, Peter Wing and his wife Tony Ann began building a house in Millbrook, New York. I did read all of this too, yeah. The idea that as a citizen I have the power to make my castle my home. Yeah. And I know you're not enforcing my rights. You're not enforcing the power that I have as a citizen of the United States. You want me to come around to your military, but It's not just home ownership, it's what I have the right to do once I own that property. You know, violating the penalty of perjury, yes, without the proof of identity, yes, and allowing for the representation of interested parties that are not the actual parties to a lawsuit, yes, where they all said I was crazy. It'd be like somebody like this deciding, well, I'm just going to keep building on my home, right? And then all of a sudden, 17-year-old Foundation Baptist Church, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Oh, the house is open for public tours from May until Christmas every year. Make sure you stop by there. Yes. If you, well, go. Okay. Because until Christmas of this year, you could go visit where somebody decided, I just want to keep building my castle. It's the type of power that we have as citizens that you can't tell me how big my house can be. But you can't tell me how small. You can tell me what building codes say, yes, but I have the right to build because I have the power as a citizen of this great nation. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't really realize. Okay. When you take away my power as a citizen, you're going to tell me how big a house I can have. You're going to tell me how many rooms. Yes. You're going to tell me that we have too many in the population. Of course, I could come to find out, and I could bribe any inspector. Why don't you give me all those in the permitting departments of every county of the United States? That if I came to find out, they'd let me build whatever the fuck I want. See, I have the power as a citizen of the United States to make my home a castle. Yeah. And if I want to build it the way I want to do it because I want to spend my money, does it require me having to bribe a militant government? Yes. To give me the permits necessary? Yes. To do that. Now, as long as I do what the law says, and I'm telling you what the law says, you as government militant employees are obligated to do what the law says. See, we as citizens have the right to make our castle our home. And there's not anyone in the government that can tell you that you can't do it as long as you build it to code. Yes. And I can find out the building codes of every county in every state of the United States. But when you take away my power, folks, because you issue fraudulent court orders and you obstruct my right to sue you, I will sue every building inspector and every permitting department.